There's a woman right now folding laundry who just made more money than someone commuting to an office. And she did it in the 15 minutes between school drop-off and nap time. The traditional script tells us economic power lives outside the home. That real income requires real buildings, real bosses, real separation from the life you're actually living. But there's an entire economy being built in living rooms right now that operates on completely different physics. It's not about trading time for money. It's about creating assets that work while you're making dinner. Here's what nobody tells you. The home isn't where economic power goes to die. It's where it's being reimagined entirely. Let's start with what leverage actually means. In the old economy, it meant managing people or capital that wasn't yours. You climbed, you supervised, you got a corner office to prove you mattered. In the home-centered economy, leverage means something radically different. It means you build something once, and it generates value indefinitely. You create a digital product. You architect a system. You design an offer that scales without your physical presence. The mother who spends 3 weeks creating a Notion template for meal planning isn't just organizing her week. She's building an asset, one that can sell to 10,000 other mothers without her touching it again. That's not a side hustle. That's economic infrastructure. Here's the shift most people miss. Traditional work is additive. You add hours, you add effort, you add presence, and you get paid for what you added. Home-based leverage is multiplicative. You create once. The internet duplicates your work infinitely. Your effort compounds rather than accumulates. A teacher creates a lesson plan and delivers it to 30 students. A mother creates a digital course on postpartum nutrition and delivers it to 3,000 women she never meet. Same expertise, completely different economic physics. The question isn't whether you have valuable knowledge. You absolutely do. The question is whether you're structuring that knowledge as a one-time transaction or a permanent asset. Let's get specific about what this looks like in practice. Every single thing you've learned to navigate motherhood is a potential income stream. Every system you've built to make your household function is intellectual property. You've figured out how to manage a budget on fluctuating income. That's a spreadsheet template someone will pay for. You created a routine that got your toddler sleeping through the night. That's a guide someone is searching for right now. You taught yourself Canva to make birthday invitations. That's a skill set you can package into custom templates for other mothers. You batch cook to save time and money. That's a meal prep system with market demand. The home economy isn't about inventing something from nothing. It's about recognizing that the solutions you've already created have economic value beyond your own four walls. Here's where it gets interesting. Platforms have eliminated every barrier that used to exist between creation and commerce. You don't need a publisher. You don't need a manufacturer. You don't need venture capital or a business degree. You need a laptop and the ability to solve a problem someone else is facing. Gumroad lets you sell digital products with zero upfront cost. Etsy gives you a marketplace of people actively searching for what you might create. Teachable turns your knowledge into courses without you building a website from scratch. StanStore connects your social content directly to your offers. Notion has a template marketplace built in. Substack monetizes your writing. Payhip sells downloads. These aren't just tools. They're economic on-ramps designed specifically for people building from home. But here's what separates someone who dabbles from someone who builds real power. Systems. You're not just creating products. You're architecting an ecosystem where each element reinforces the others. Your free content on Instagram attracts an audience. Your email list nurtures that audience with deeper value. Your low-ticket digital product converts casual followers into customers. Your mid-tier offer serves people ready for transformation. Your community or membership creates recurring revenue and compound relationships. Each layer feeds the next. Each asset amplifies the others. This isn't hustle. This is infrastructure. Let me tell you what traditional employment actually costs. It costs you ownership. Every hour you work builds someone else's asset. Every strategy you execute grows someone else's equity. Every client you serve strengthens someone else's brand. You're incredibly skilled at creating value, but you're creating it in a structure designed to extract that value from you. The home-based economy flips this entirely. You own what you build. You keep what you grow. You control how it scales. And here's the part that matters most: time. In traditional work, you trade time for money in a direct exchange. More money requires more time. Growth means longer hours. Success means less presence with the people actually doing this for. Home-based leverage breaks that equation. Your digital product sells while you're at the playground. Your template gets downloaded while you're reading bedtime stories. Your course enrolls students while you're asleep. You build once. The asset works continuously. That's not passive income. That's structural freedom. Now let's address the voice in your head saying you're not qualified. That voice is using the wrong measurement system. Traditional credentials measured your ability to execute someone else's vision. Home-based power measures your ability to solve real problems for real people. You don't need a degree in nutrition to sell a meal planning template that works. You need to have solved the problem yourself and documented the system. You don't need to be a certified organizer to sell a digital decluttering roadmap. You need to have created order from chaos in your own home. The market doesn't care about your resume. It cares about your results, and you have results everywhere you look. You just haven't framed them as economic assets yet. Here's what building looks like practically. You start with one thing, one template, one guide. One small offer that solves one specific problem. You don't architect the entire ecosystem on day one. You validate the market by testing the smallest viable version. You put it out there, you see who responds. You learn what lands. Then you build the next layer. Mothers who are winning at this didn't start with courses and memberships and product suites. They started with a single Canva template, sold for $9. They started with a PDF checklist. They started small and let the market tell them where to expand. But they started, and that's the economic dividing line. Between people who consume content about building and people who actually put something into the world. Between analyzing opportunity and creating assets. You're already doing the hardest part. You're running a complex operation with minimal resources and maximum variables. You're managing tiny humans with unpredictable needs. You're optimizing systems under constraints most businesses never face. That's not a limitation. That's your competitive advantage. You know how to create value in chaos. You know how to build with what you have. You know how to iterate and adapt in real time. Those skills translate directly into the home-based economy. Because building a digital business from your living room requires exactly that: resourcefulness, adaptability, the ability to make things work without perfect conditions. The mothers building real economic power right now aren't the ones with the most time, or the biggest budgets, or the perfect setups. They're the ones who stopped waiting for ideal circumstances and started building with what they had. They're using Canva instead of hiring designers. They're using their phone camera instead of professional equipment. They're using free platforms until revenue justifies upgrades. They're creating during nap time and after bedtime and in the margins everyone else calls too small. And they're building assets that will generate income long after their kids are grown. That's generational thinking applied to income. That's economic power that compounds. Here's what most people get wrong about platform-based income. They think the platform is the business. It's not. The platform is infrastructure. Your business is the value you create and the relationships you build. Etsy is just distribution. Your templates are the asset. Gumroad is just payment processing. Your knowledge is the product. Teachable is just hosting. Your transformation is what people pay for. The platform can change. The marketplace can shift. But the ability to create value and package it for exchange, that's yours. That's portable. That's permanent economic power. And here's the truth that changes everything. You don't need to reach millions of people. You need to serve dozens deeply. 100 customers buying a $47 product is $4,700. 1,000 people subscribing to a $9 monthly membership and $9,000 recurring. These aren't theoretical numbers. These are very achievable outcomes for someone with specific expertise and a clear offer. The home-based economy rewards depth over breadth, specificity over mass appeal. You're not building a corporation. You're building a sustainable income stream that fits inside the life you're actually living, that serves the people you're meant to serve, that grows your autonomy instead of stealing it. This is economic power that doesn't require you to become someone else. It requires you to leverage who you already are. The women folding laundry and generating income. The mothers building templates during nap time. The home-based architects creating economic freedom from kitchen tables. They're not lucky, they're not special. They just recognize that the home was never the limitation. It was always the launch pad. This content is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute financial, legal, or professional advice. Individual results may vary. Always conduct your own research and consult with qualified professionals before making business or financial decisions.